Cancer, hi, welcome to the greenhouse. My name is Sarah, and today's spread is super simple. We're just gonna take a look at whatever it is you're currently working on and get some advice around it. So if there is a project, an idea, a relationship, some self-work, something actually at work, go ahead and hold that situation in your mind's eye and I'll get a spread out and we'll get talking about it. Cancer, please keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That being said, if it does resonate, please hit that thumbs up. I super appreciate it. Okay, Cancer, overall energy. Show me Cancer's overall energy at this time. Okay. Temperance, and we are going to take the Hermit, because I feel like he peeked his head out. What's Cancer's current challenge at this time? Well, we like when we get through the whole deck without a challenge coming out. Okay. Spirit's advice. Cancer, I like your reading. One more for Spirit's advice for Cancer, please. 10 of Cups in the Moon. And what is the... Wait, they're yelling at me. Take that. Likely outcome. One more for the likely outcome, please. All right, one more. Okay. I love this. You've been through some shit, Cancer, but you're like finding your footing again. So good job. We have you coming out as the Temperance card with the Hermit card. Temperance is all about balance and healing. It's 1 foot in the water. You know how to do that. And 1 foot on earth. Looks like you figured out how to do that as well. So with the Hermit card, it could be that you have been in this, your focus and your motivation has been wisdom and healing. I almost feel like this is, even though it's the Hermit, I feel like grandmother Willow energy. So I feel like it's like feminine medicine, which would make a lot of sense. You are the mother archetype of the zodiac, right? But for whatever this is, you had something in you or a situation that needed to be tempered, that needed to be balanced out, and you needed to withdraw in order to know how to do that or in order to do that. So I feel like this is you kind of for a while. I feel like maybe for the last like year or 9 months that this is definitely applied, maybe even longer for some of you. I'm hearing maybe even since 2014, maybe something significant happened in 2014. I don't know. But regardless, you've been having a lot of shell time and not a lot of beach time. And Spirit wants to discuss what you need in this shell time to feel comfortable and safe enough to go back out into beach time and not go right back into your shell if you hear a spooky noise or something like that. Okay, they're wanting to make sure you're healed enough to not get triggered out in the world. I think that's your prerogative as well. Maybe like in relationships, you're like, oh my god, am I healed enough to start dating again, because last time was a doozy, or something like that. Because your current challenge, we have the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Wands, which is just like socializing, feeling fiery, feeling good, having that flame lit, like just that bubbliness, that excitement, that desire to like want to engage, to want to socialize. I feel like you just have maybe turned into a bit of a homebody. That's okay. We all go through seasons, right? And you rule like the home. So I completely get this. But it absolutely is time to balance, right? If balance is your virtue and that's your mission and that's what you're working on, and you get a little too reclusive working on that balance, then what, what's the antithesis? Oh, go and be social. So I feel like the advice that my therapist would give you is, even though you don't feel good and you're like, oh, I might not feel good going out and being there with these people, you might feel better though. You might feel better, and you can always go home if you go out and you feel worse. So I just want to say, approach things from a perspective of maybe it'll make me feel better. Even today, I did not want to do readings this morning, 4:44 on the clock. I was like, I feel tired. I feel like there are other things that I would rather work on. But I did the first, I did Water and Earth on Friday, and I didn't want to wait too long for air and no, I did fire and earth, sorry, so I didn't want to wait too long to do air and water. So I went into that mindset of, well, maybe it'll make you feel better. You can always do one reading and stop, or not even post it if it doesn't feel good. And look, you're 5 of 6, so and things are feeling good. So I also want to say emphasis on this balance, because you could be like, no, Sarah, like I have to withdraw to get this balance, and Spirit is saying no, because then we have the Lovers that was on the bottom of the deck after we got your challenge out. But I felt like it was a bridge card between your overall energy and your challenge, because it does speak to, I don't want to say balance 100th time. I hope no one's playing a drinking game to this, because drink every time Sarah says balance and you will be on the floor. But essentially, it's realizing at a point, everything just becomes theory when you're internalizing and you're trying to figure things out from that hermit perspective. It's time to take it on the road and see what happens in practice. Because we could say, oh, I would never let someone talk to me like that again. After this last person, oh, I would never let someone talk to me like that again. I'd be like this, and that. But then until you're faced with it, you don't know. And maybe that's even why you're afraid, because you're like, oh, maybe I'll get called out on some stuff, or maybe I'll see even more that needs to be healed instead of like see what needs to be celebrated. But that's a fear-based mindset, right? And we reach a point where when we're trying to heal, especially trauma, we need to go back out into similar situations to prove to us that there can be favorable outcomes, not traumatic outcomes, right? If you've been on nothing but bad dates, of course you're going to be terrified of going on bad dates, but it's going to take like one good date to change that belief that all dates you go on are going to be terrible. You know what I'm saying? So take it on the road, take it out, and also like, I want to be careful how I give this advice, but if you are someone who knows how to do this safely and have people around you trust and have a source you trust, there could be some wonderful transformational medicine in like a psychedelic mushroom experience or an ayahuasca experience. Emphasis on mushroom though. So maybe that's what you want to be doing with friends. Something. But if that sounds like absolutely crazy, then like just meet for dinner. Just go, for a walk in the park, like something. There just needs to be more social energy, because that's what's going to get your fire to relight itself, or to, want to be part of the game again. In Spirit's advice, we have the 10 of Cups, the Moon, and the 6 of Swords. It's like moving away from anything that kind of clouds your happiness, that kind of dims whatever it is you're working on. Because the 10 of Cups is end all be all happiness. The Moon is emotions and shit that's like behind the veil that we can't really see. I don't even like that expression. I need to stop saying it. Shit that we just can't see. It's not known to us. It's not in the 3D for us to be able to understand yet. And this is the card of moving away, the 6 of Swords. So I feel like you are moving away from things that cloud your happiness. Maybe this is you stopping doing psychedelics or some kind of drug or something like that, because there's an illusion around happy home and family with the Moon coming out with the 10 of Cups, and then with the 6 of Swords, it's moving away. So I just want to say, like, if you're like particularly like a younger viewer, if you're like in your early 20s or whatever, I think the answers you seek lie outside of your family unit. I'm not saying run away. I'm not saying run away, but I am saying your happiness lies outside of that family unit. So start exploring elsewhere. And something lies outside of just like what made your parents happy isn't going to be what makes you happy. And maybe they have a hard time understanding that. But you're the only person that needs to understand that. So do what you need to do in this life and share what you're comfortable sharing with them. I know it's hard. At first, when I started learning how to do tarot, my family was largely like Delulu Christian. So, homegirl was doing devil work. You know what I mean? It was not a fun vibe. It was not a good time for Miss Greenhouse over here. So you might have a similar thing, and it's like, I would have never been able to grow those gifts. I would have repressed who I'm meant to be and my purpose in this world had I kept trying to seek validation and fit in there. Then I left, I learned a thing or two, I brought a thing or two back with me, and then everyone's like, oh, Sarah, this is cool. Oh, what, now that you hear the word tarot in every other movie and it's become a fad, now you trust the person you've seen grow from a seed and should know would not get involved in any kind of negative, fucked up shit? Like, you know, and then that let me know, like, these people need it to be, the masses approve for me to be accepted. And blood is supposed to be thicker than that. So I had to establish some boundaries. Like, if you don't trust my soul, fuck am I doing breaking bread with you? 11:11. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, thanks for bringing me into this world. Thanks for whatever you contributed, I guess. Alcoholism was a key one for me and my family. Thankfully, that wasn't a battle I had to fight. But imagine being a tarot reader, being like a Stony Baloney tarot reader in a family of drunken Christians. It wasn't a good fit. It wasn't a good fit. So I just want to say, like, you'll find where you fit, but stop trying to, A, you can't heal where you were broken, and B, you can't force people to see you, and you can't force people to love you. So go where you are seen, and then watch people realize they were wrong. It's not what you want in the end, but it is, I mean, it's not what you want, period, but in the end, it is satisfying. You will get that moment of, you know, not I proved them wrong, because that's not what it's about, but that moment of I chose to live authentically and the universe supported me in that. So some people are going to have egg on their face just because it is what it is. Now, Cancer, your likely outcome, we have the Two of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. You're just like no longer choosing lack. The Two of Wands is a card of decision making. Do you want to leave your comfort zone or not? And I feel like you're like, bro, even if I fall on hard times, even if it's a little chilly out there or money's a little bit tight, I just know I've got to like go. I've got to take this and go. Because like this is a card of movement and away from like tumultuous waters to a calmer, clearer time. And so you're coming up, you know, Queen of Swords, like I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to forge my own path. And I'm also like, I'm picturing someone where it's not a sword, it's a machete. So I don't know if that's like applicable to your whatever, but it's like hacking away at whatever is in the way. But I think I'm getting machete because it's like hacking away at like weeds that are overgrown, instead of like a sword, like hacking away people that are against you. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like just getting all the confinement out of your energy and the limitations others have put on you. Because, oh my goodness, on the bottom of the deck, we have Justice, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune. So Cancer, it's really just like you're balancing things out by changing your world. You're like, I need a whole new world. I need a whole new way of being. I need to create a world that actually works for me, so I don't have to go back into my shell. Wow, I feel like this reading has been so long, but it hasn't been that long, a little longer than the others, but compared to the shell we were talking about before, I feel like we've been on quite the journey. And essentially it's one where like you kind of make your own luck, or you at least have some kind of say in how the wheel spins to be able to show up in that world. Additionally, the World card in tarot is the last card of the major arcana, and it does speak about endings, but it's endings in terms of graduation. Like you can no longer learn anything left in this situation, so it's time to move on. So whether it is a family thing like we discussed, or it's you in a way that you're operating, you have graduated from this cycle it's just time to like step into a new one. And the way you're going to do that is by embracing more of the world, more socializing, more people, and more of the unfamiliar. Like, you don't have to be afraid just because they're not family. Like, I keep feeling like there's something like, you can only trust your family. Like, that's kind of like a deep-rooted thing. And I want to say, no. No, you trust who's in alignment with you. And sometimes friends become chosen family and they have your back stronger than anyone. Like, I have 2 sisters. We barely know each other. You know what I mean? That's family. I have friends that would step in front of a train for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's family. That's family. So whatever it is for you, go where you know you can fit in by being yourself, not by being an expectation others have set for you. I love you, Cancer. I hope you got something out of this reading. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal, it's in the description box below. And if you want to drop a comment explaining what this all was for you, I would super appreciate that as well. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.